10 years ago today, same-sex marriage was legalized in the United States, but was that the high point for LGBTQ plus rights nationwide? The Supreme Court and states might be acting like that, but let's just do a little history lesson because June 26th turns out to be a pretty big day. It is the anniversary of 3 US Supreme Court cases that really advanced LGBTQ plus rights. The first one was on June 26, 2003, Lawrence versus Texas, and it overturned the ban on gay sex. The court overturned Texas's ban on sodomy, a law that effectively criminalized homosexuality. And then 10 years later, SCOTUS greenlit federal recognition of same-sex marriage in United States versus Windsor. Now, before then, the Defense of Marriage Act prohibited it. And then the big one came on June 26, 2015, Obergefell versus Hodges, which legalized same-sex marriage in the United States. 3 cases in 12 years on the same day during Pride Month arguably advanced the LGBTQ plus rights movement further than anything before. But this Pride Month, the Supreme Court ruled on an LGBTQ plus case, but now in the opposite direction. It was June 18th, SCOTUS upheld a Tennessee law that bans most transgender minors from being prescribed gender-affirming care, and that includes puberty-delaying medication, hormone therapy. This ruling has broad implications. About 24 states like Texas and Florida have enacted similar bans. This court's decision does not ban transgender care in states that do not have these kind of laws, but it most likely protects these bans in the states that do have them. This court ruling is just part of a larger trend. In recent years, states have been rolling back some LGBTQ plus rights. Utah last year restricted people from using bathrooms that do not match their gender assigned at birth. In February, the Trump administration issued an order that would ban transgender athletes playing in women's sports. That led the NCAA to implement the ban. And Florida last year prevented people from changing their sex marker on their state driver's license, aka what trans people would do to match their gender identity. Now, depending on what state you're in, violating these kind of laws could lead to criminal charges. Clearly, these laws are geared towards trans Americans. But the Supreme Court has issued rulings in recent years that alarm the larger LGBTQ plus community. A big one, in 2018, the court ruled that a Colorado baker's religious rights allowed him not to make a cake for a gay wedding. It could be the blueprint of more cases where freedom of religion meets LGBTQ rights. The Supreme Court giveth, and the Supreme Court taketh away. Well, we'll have to wait and see. But regardless, you can't erase the existence of the LGBTQ plus community.